So as we sit on our chair, we come a little bit forward, at least halfway forward, maybe to the front edge of the chair. And we find our way into our breath. And if you hear a little snoring, that's the pug. Roll the shoulders back and let them drop. Rock the head gently, right and left. Turn the head gently, right and left. Then come back to center and find breath. Let the jaw soften, fall open. And notice the breath as it moves in through the nose and out through the nose. Noticing that the in breath might be cooler than the out breath. And let's see if we can untangle our mind from its wanderings and bring it home to our body. So for a mind that is very busy, breath becomes the anchor. So when we talk of coming present, what we're talking about is bringing the body and mind together. Allowing the past to be released, to let go, and in this moment to surrender the future, arriving here with our breath. And we slowly begin to deepen our breath and prepare to move. We're going to do our cat-cow twist sequence. So we slide the hands out to cup the knees. We draw the shoulder caps toward each other, and we spread our wings in the back. On the next inhale, we slide the hands up to press the thighs into the chair. We lift the heart, we lift the belly, and slightly the chin. Breathing in. On the next out breath, we're going to twist to the right. Take that left hand across. On the next in breath, we come back to center. And on the next out breath, we twist to the left. We're going to come back to center. We're going to work the twist just a little bit. Breathing in, we're taking the hand across on the out breath. We lift the heart and feel the belly turn to the right side. We draw that right shoulder back and maybe look a little bit toward the back shoulder without straining or craning the neck. And now activate this twist by pressing into that left foot. Keep the heart lifted, keep the belly turned, and then slowly come. And then we twist on the exhale. Hand comes across to the opposite knee. Belly lifts, heart lifts, chin lifts, and there's a turn in the head toward the back shoulder. Press into that right foot. That'll deepen the twist a little bit. And it activates and energizes the whole leg. Coming back to center. So now we're going to flow with the cat-cow twist pattern. So we breathe in the center. On the out breath, cat. On the inhale, slide the hands up, press, cow. On the exhale, twist, pressing into the opposite foot. Breathe in to come to center. Breathe out to twist. Press the opposite foot. And then we come back. Pause here. And now we're seated a little bit forward on the chair. We're going to lift that right foot off the floor, and we're slowly going to swing the leg. You can hold on to the bottom of the chair. We're just swinging from the knee. So we're activating our knee hinge. Draw the belly up and in. Keep breathing. So this is abdominal. This is quadricep, as well as the knee. And then we bring that foot to the floor. Pause for a second. Notice the right side from the sole of the foot to the crown of the head. And now let's come to the left side. So we're lifting that left foot off of the floor, and we're just allowing the lower half of the leg to swing. We're activated through the knee hinge. And one more swing. Bringing it to a pause. Slide the hands out, cat. Slide up, breathe in, cow. Breathe out, twist. Breathe in, center. And breathe out, twist. Now we're going to come to seated pigeon, also known as the figure 4 pose. We're going to be drawing our ankle up above the knee. If you notice when you get here, up, the knee is pointed closer to the ceiling. Let's practice this with the block. So it can be baby bear. Turn the foot like this. So we're on the outer edge of that right foot. We're pressing the left ankle into the block. It might feel good to go to a higher notch. So we're supporting the block. Now we're coming up the inside of the leg. This knee falls open. Or we can bring it here all the way to the highest notch. We're about halfway between the floor and the lap now. We've got that open. And we can really feel that in the hip joint. So you decide where you want your block or your ankle on top of the knee. We're going to pause, settle here, just allowing. You'll feel it in the knee, right? You'll feel it in the hip joint. We're going to hinge forward now. So we're keeping our back nice and flat, and we lean from our sit-upon. So we're leaning forward any amount, and we're going to pause when we first feel tightness. Going to invite you to keep the foot, if it's on the, wherever the foot is, on the block or on the knee, we've got a flexed foot, right? That helps to stabilize the knee. So we're hinging forward, but we're not going to any point of pain. So come back up and then be really clear as we allow ourselves to hinge forward. Oh, I'm feeling this right now in my hips and glutes. I'm going to pause there. Or you may feel it first in your knee. Decide whether this is too extreme. You can always back up, or you can change the trajectory of your ankle from the knee to the block or to a lower edge of the block. We got it. Adaptation is our middle name here. So many of you have seen pigeon pose on the floor. It's really hard on the knees. And so if there's any knee issues, highly recommend a seated pigeon or a reclining pigeon. You can do this on your back also, rather than on the knees. And then we're going to come back up. We're going to release this leg by holding underneath the knee and then swinging the hinge joint again. Just a little swing. Make it gentle, make it tender. There's no destination here. So one of the most important things about knees, especially ones that are crabby, is keeping them lubricated by moving them helps ease pain. Maybe not all the way, but it goes a long way to assisting the knee and feeling better. We're coming to this side now. So maybe we start by checking, oh, that feels okay. I can go a little higher. Or maybe it's a day when I don't want to work that much. I'll do it on the lowest notch. Again, this is the journey. It's not a destination. So we just allow ourselves to find the place that feels best for our body on this side. Again, if your ankle's up here and the knee is pointing toward the shoulder or toward the ceiling and there's no openness, find your way back to a block. We flex the foot wherever it is, and we pause, lifting the heart. And then we begin that hinge. So we're keeping our back nice and flat and remembering there's no end point here. This is not about getting the belly to the lap. This is about finding the point at which there's a decent stretch that isn't painful in the hip and the knee. So we pause and we use our breath here to help soften the stretch. And maybe we continue to slide forward just a little bit more as our body says, yeah, that feels okay. You're also probably living the reality where the left and the right side have different flexibilities, different strengths. No comparisons here, no comparison right or left, just noticing. No comparison with other people, just noticing what's happening inside. And we're slowly going to come back up. We're going to release this by holding underneath the knee and a little hip hinge joint swing. And then the foot comes back to the mat. We're going to take our block now. And again, if you don't have a block, we'll just be doing a knee bend. Won't you join me as we come to mountain? We're going to pause here. Holding a block is optional. Oh. We're going to bring our chair next to us, the top of the chair, so that we have something that we can rest our hand down on to help us with this practice. So we're putting this on the lowest edge of the block. We're going to stand on the block. I'm starting with my left foot, standing on the block. Bring the other foot parallel. Pause here and just feel how the weight of the leg is stretching all the way up into the abdomen. Then we're going to bend the knee that's on the block, the foot that's on the block, and then we're going to touch the other foot down and we come back up. Touch down, come back up. Touch down, come back up. Touch down. And depending on the height of your block, this may be enough. It may even be too much. If it's too much, just step off the block, lift the other foot and bend the knee slightly. Doesn't have to be a lot. We're going to bring this to the other foot now. So coming to the right leg, square the block up, make sure our chair is in a place where we can touch down. We start by having feet parallel and letting the weight of this left leg dangle, but you'll notice my foot's flexed. Again, knee protectors, flexed foot protects knees. And now we're going to touch down by bending the standing leg, the one that's on the block, come back up, bend again, touch down. So we just go up and down a few times. I like doing this on a door jamb, so I'm not crunching into my shoulder. So I'm going to try to level myself out here. And one more time. And then the feet come to the mat. We're going to set the chair to the side. Pause and feel our way into mountain. And now we're going to play with half lift. So I'll turn sideways. So the half lift is when we fold forward, nice flat back. We're going to start by bending our knees. This is the exhale. Touch the floor with bent knees. Breathe in, slide the hands up to the shins, flat back, straight legs. On the out breath, on the exhale, we're going to bend our knees again, touch the floor. Breathe in, straighten the legs, come up. If touching the floor, even with bent knees, is too much, here comes the block. We can place our hand on the block. Breathe in and straighten. Bend the knees to touch down. Breathe in to straighten those legs, nice flat back. And this time, when we come to the bottom of the posture, we're going to let the arms come to the sides of our legs. And now we're going to press into our feet. So press into the toes, press into the ball mounds, press into the heels. Feel the whole foot on the floor. Our hips are torqued back. We're pressing back. We're going to scoot ourselves up into chair. So when we get here, we're going to pretend like there's a block between our knees. We can be lower. We can be higher. You do what your knees like, but we're going to be here and we're going to pulse. So we're just doing very shallow pulsing. We're releasing fascia here. So this helps to untighten the tight bits. Couple more. And then pressing into the floor, we're going to rise all the way up to mountain. Sweep the arms up, hands come together, and come to heart center. So that practice probably got a little bit of blood flow moving. Maybe you're a little bit warmed up. Now we're going to do some hip circles. This helps strengthen the knees also. So we're going to stand on the left foot, right foot touches down, right foot opens, right foot goes to the back. Keep the heart lifted here, and then it comes forward to touch. This time we'll take it across, center, open, back. Sliding it forward, touch, cross, center, open, slide it back, come forward, touch, cross, touch, open, reverse, and then back to center. Pause and notice the right and the left side. We're going to do the opposite leg, so maybe move the chair or turn away from the screen. We're going to touch forward, cross, to the side, to the back, forward. Now we take it across, forward, side, back, forward, cross, open, back, forward, cross, open, back. We're going to pause here in mountain. And one of the things that's really important to know, I think everybody knows this, but the knees don't live in an isolated universe. So a lot of times when our knees are achy, we don't think about working the upstream or the downstream. So if knees are not happy, strengthening the quads, the IT bands, the inner thigh muscles can be very helpful. We're going to do one more thing, and this is for the stretch in the IT band, which runs from here, connects into the knee. We're going to take that right foot in front, have a little softness in the knees, and then we're going to hinge forward. Any amount. We're pausing when we feel tightening in any part from the hip joint down to the knee. You can hold on with one hand, or maybe bend and touch the floor, or hold on to the leg somewhere. Hinge back up. Pause for a moment. And we're going to take that left leg over the right knee amount. Whew. And you, like me, may notice that one side is much tighter than the other. That's not uncommon. Then we're going to hinge from the hips, come back up. Bring that foot forward, Sweep the arms up, fold to the floor, touch the floor by bending the knees here. We do a half lift, straightening the legs. On the exhale, folding again. And this time we sweep the arms up, come to mountain. Release the hands, palms forward, heart lifted. And we're going to return to our seat for our Shavasana. So coming back to seated, sit for a moment and follow the breath as it moves in and out of the body. The thought today is from Iyengar. He wrote The Light on Yoga. Really helped bring yoga to the Western world. He says yoga does not transform the way we see things. It transforms the person who sees. We open our arms wide. We gather all the blessings that already exist and we draw them in appreciation and gratitude into our hearts. And together, we all say, Namaste.